So we start the second quarter, 3rd and 1 for the Redblacks, trying to keep the drive alive, and Burris a slight bobble before moving behind left guard Matt Albright this time. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down.
One of the few quarterbacks that stays in for short yardage. Henry Burris is not a young man when it comes to football years, but he is so strong.
Just a little double clutch of the football. John Gott helping plow enough room to keep the drive alive. Burris back to pass and now steps up. He'll go, almost intercepted. And a little surprised that he didn't take off, as there's a lot of open field in front of number 1.
Yeah, I am too, and it's back to that matchup of Matt Carter on Courtney Stephen. That's the second time that Stephen has jumped a route, been in perfect position, and not come up with the interception. He's got to stay confident, not back out just because he's missed a couple, because he's been in great position. I thought Burris was going to run as well. He decided not to, but look at the inside position by Stephen. Just dropped another one.
10th play of the drive. It's 2nd and 10. Flag down. Burris. Caught by Marcus Henry. Quick close there from Brandon Stewart. And we'll check the flag. Looks like Hamilton offside.
Marcus Henry was short. So
offside. Hamilton, number 93. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
He was well short, so they'll certainly take the penalty and repeat 2nd down here.
Defensive tackle Terrence Moore.
That's the ones that drive a head coach crazy, because it keeps the defense on the field. They're lining up for a field goal, Ottawa is, if not for the penalty.
Capitalizes at 2nd and 5. Bunch formation to the wide side. Burris was looking there. Now over the middle, touchdown. Marcus Henry.
Well, protection up front, excellent for Burris. They gave him a passing lane. He knew exactly where he wanted to go. Marcus Henry on that layered post route right across the middle, and watch the lane open up so Burris can step up into it and has a perfect throwing lane.
So Henry, his first Redblack touchdown. Matt Carter had his first, and it's an 11-play, 57-yard touchdown drive.
Hey, mate, good shit, baby. Hey, mate, nice surprise. That's what you do. That's what you do.
Maher, the extra point. Tied at 14 early 2nd quarter here at Ron Joy Stadium on the campus of McMaster University. Doubleheader action tonight. The CFL on TSN continues immediately following this game. It'll be the Argonauts at Mosaic against the Rough Riders. Watch it on TSN or tsn.ca, TSN Go. These two teams met in Toronto. It was a big win for Ricky Ray. We'll see if John Chick and the Rough Riders have a response tonight.
Marcus Henry and Henry Burris just took advantage of the injury in Hamilton Tiger Cats secondary to Craig Butler. Was not in on that series.
This is Moses Madu. And Madu is still going across the 35. Flags fly. His brother was actually in the Redblacks camp. And a cut after the preseason action. Moses staying with the Tiger Cats, a former Nebraska Cornhusker. And another penalty against the Ticats on a return.
Block. Hamilton. During the return, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Let's go back to that touchdown, show you what I mean about taking advantage of Craig Butler out of the lineup. Neil King is in there. He's a second-year player, not as much experience. There he is right there. Watch how wide he gets here to help over the top. He doesn't have to do that, but he goes on the look of Henry Burrs. Now hold it there. Here comes Marcus Henry. He's the most dangerous, and he's so wide now, he can't recover.
Dan Lefevre, play action fake to Gable and takes off. There is a flag down as he runs out around the Ottawa bench. Over 12,000 yards passing and over 2,500 yards rushing for Lefevre at Central Michigan.
Illegal contact. Ottawa number 21. 10-yard penalty, first down.
That's the strong side linebacker TJ Hill. And it's a first down for the Ticats at their 30.
Mentioned off the top that TJ Hill's led the team in tackles last couple of weeks, has 12 in the last 2 weeks. That's getting around the football. Had a couple of sacks, and it's a pretty nice stat line.
First and 10, and it's Lefevre running the football once again. And he'll hit the turf at the 40, close to another first down. Prior to this game, the Hamilton Ticats on first down, 75% pass, 25% run. It's been different here so far tonight.
Well, but it's the running of Dan Lefevre, and with Kent Austin, he wants to see Lefevre read the defense, throw the ball where he needs to throw it to the right person in that read. And believe me, a guy like Kent Austin, who played the position, understands where that is and will hold his quarterbacks accountable. Dan Lefevre can't run like that all game long. He won't last the game if he does.
Up for a first down. Thanks to Gable. Here comes the heat. Javon Johnson on the blitz. Gets to the quarterback.
A little help from Chris McCoy there. Javon Johnson coming in, and it was a fast break. That young offensive line didn't know what hit him on this one. It just started to collapse immediately. Dan Lefevre really had no chance.
First sack of the season for Johnson.
Just delayed blitz, really. His man blocked, so he went after it.
18 sacks surrendered by Hamilton. That's the highest in the league, second and long, and they can't hold on. Flag in the backfield, and it's going to be a holding call against the Ticats that will be declined.
Holding, hands to the face. Hamilton number 56. That penalty will be declined. Third down.
That's Jeremy Lewis. They got off to a good start.
It's holding, hands to the face.
First couple of series for this young offensive line, but as the game continues on, now Ottawa's defense will run more stunts, more blitzes. They sent Javon Johnson on the last one and a tight end, so now they're going to make these young guys start to think a little bit more. And if you're thinking on the field, you're behind a step and a half.
So Mark Nelson starting to dial it up as Medlock with the kick. Here's the former Alouette, Tim Maypray. And Maypray is contained at about the 36. It's a 46-yard punt. 7 on the return. Siobhan Walker, the former Ticat, hoping to make a big impression against his former team in Hamilton tonight. Now opponents for the previous 2 years, they were on the same team. Henry Burris leading the Canadian Football League over 2 years with Hamilton. Over 10,000 passing yards in those 2 seasons.
It's sort of the way it ended. There's a difference of opinion between the left side of your screen and the right side on the way it ended.
Now, one of the years for Burris was with George Cortez. Last year with Austin. Flag down. Complete. Big hit there on Marcus Henry delivered. And the hit from Marcellus Bowman, the weak side linebacker.
I don't know if it's just us being this much closer to the field or these guys are just turning it up a notch.
You're feeling it, aren't you?
I am feeling it. I mean, the press box rumbles here. I'll tell you what, Jock Climby talked about it before the game started, saying that, you know, the dimensions of the field are the same, 65 wide, 110 long, and they're going to play with great intensity no matter where they're playing. You've heard coaches many times say, let's go play these guys out in the back pasture somewhere.
Offside, Hamilton number 93. That penalty is declined. Major foul, unnecessary roughness, Hamilton. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Well, we're not getting numbers from Tom Valesi. We presume it's on the hit from Bowman.
And there was no number here, but I'm not sure. Well, it was high. Other than being, he has the football, and looks like he's sort of on his way down. That's a tough one there because the receiver's got the ball. He's running with the football on his way, sort of leaning into it. Up to avoid a headshot if that's what it was.
25 yards on the gain, and look for the corner route, and Pierre Johnson unable to reach that.
They had him. By the way, Craig Butler has now returned after that touchdown throw from Burris to Marcus Henry, where Neil King had got a little too deep and a little too wide to help out. Butler has got taped up and has come back in. He got over there and helped out on Kier Johnson on that deep throw.
So it's 2nd and 10, Ottawa. Hamilton 48-yard line. Past 5 minutes of the second quarter with the game tied. Here comes the pressure. Burris hurried the throw, and it drops incomplete. Ted Laurent turned it up. Brandon Boudreau was on the rush as well.
Big hit by Brandon Boudreau here. He starts out, runs this little stunt. It's a little X stunt here where he's going to come in this way. And it's a little change with the inside tackle, Ted Laurent. He just little cross there, comes free up the middle and puts a pretty good hit on Henry Burris.
A little surprising to see Boudreau without a sack this year after 7 last season. Maher is going to throw back, and they've got something. Patrick LeBlanc wide open, and inside the 25-yard line, Neil King takes him out. Boy, we've seen a little bit of this already this year, and another one from the Redblacks bag of tricks.
Brett Maher can throw the football too. He rolls to his right, throws backside to tight end Patrick LeBlanc. He's just going to take this snap this way, about 3 or 4 steps, like he's going to either run or kick on the run, and then flips his hips around, turns back, and throws it to LeBlanc, first down.
Last week, Maher ran for first down out of punt formation.
He's look at Maher just. Boy, that's a little bit nervous, but he delivered a strike.
Big play, 25 yards. Fresh set of downs for the Redblacks. Burris has enough time, and now we'll pull it down. And he'll get dropped by the safety, Craig Butler. Around the 20-yard line.
Well, Henry Burris has, played well all season for the Redblacks, but you could see that, just that little bit of extra incentive in this one tonight. He sure would love to try and make a point, and make a point to his old coach that they made the wrong decision.
He's run 6 times, 28 yards. That's up 2nd and 7. And there's Walker over the backfield. Siobhan Walker is bounced out at around the 2. But it'll be 1st and goal, Redblacks.
How many times, Chris, have we seen young quarterbacks get a play like this and throw the ball too hard to the tailback? Just try to put a lot of heat on it, and it usually goes right through their hands. Watch the touch that Burris puts on this throw. Just a nice little touch so he can catch that, turn the corner, and then do what he does, and Siobhan Walker uses speed. But it was a nice touch on the ball, gave him that opportunity. He didn't have to fight it and catch it. He could catch it and turn and run quickly.
They've been impressive on offense here tonight against a Hamilton defense that has not been the problem in their 0-3 start. 1st and goal. It'll be Walker. Little sidestep, spin, and nothing there.
Boy, anytime down on the goal line you start to dance, it's over. You have to hit the hole or bounce outside immediately. If there's any hesitation, it's got to be a hesitation moving forward. Siobhan Walker started to dance to look for a hole, and down on the goal line, there's just too many Hamilton Tiger Cat defenders flying around. I mean, they're all going to be up, including safety Craig Butler. You can't dance around.
So second and goal. Both rolling into the corner, knocked down. Delvin Bro working against Kier Johnson. And a stop for the Ticats.
You know, a little hand fighting going on in the corner there, which it's good that they let go. Delvin Bro let go of Kier Johnson at the right time and didn't let him get that throw behind. The shutdown corner matched up on Kier Johnson, and Kier has been very quiet in this game. Just one catch for Kier Johnson in that matchup. It's been 2-7 against 10.
And now we're going to get a challenge. Rick Campbell is going to challenge whether or not there was pass interference on that play in the end zone. Seems to be where we're getting most of the challenges.
And that's where you would use it. That's exactly.
Ottawa's challenging that there was defensive pass interference on the play. We'll review the play.
I believe we've had 8 or 9 of these challenges now this year, and 2 of them have been overturned. That were no calls on the field, and those no calls were overturned. Both were in the end zone. Both turned into scoring plays the next play for the offensive team. Hand fighting, and due to the restrictions we have here at McMaster, that is really the only. Well,
this might be a better
pick it up
a little late, but
we'll pick it up a little later. You see how both were hand fighting going down the sideline like that, and then Delvin Bro drops it and reaches with his hand. That left hand was not on Kier Johnson. I'll be really surprised if this is overturned.
And Rick Campbell will argue it's a throw behind play and his progress back to the football impeded.
After review, there isn't sufficient evidence to rule pass interference. The ruling on the field stands.
Yeah, you know, I think that's the right call, and here's why. Because you're right, Chris. If Kier Johnson tries to fight back and Bro doesn't let him get back there by holding his jersey or his shoulder pad, so both players had their hands out and hand fighting, and then he let it go, dropped it, and knocked it down.
So they send out Maher, who helped extend the drive to get it into field goal range with his pass, and now will kick Ottawa into the lead. First Red Black lead of the night with 6:36 to go. First half in Hamilton.